Yeah.
Happy birthday, Justice.
Justice. Happy birthday, baby. Yeah, happy birthday, Justice. Happy birthday before we get kicked off. Happy
Girl. That's my girl.
Justice.
Happy
Are you
birthday.
one? Are you two? Are you three? Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Justice.
Big old 13.
One
You say,
tree.
you say
Justy's
hi.
one tray.
You say hi.
Great song, great version too. Stevie, happy birthday. All right, let's hit that chorus one more time. Justice for you, baby. Let me go with my best Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Stevie Wonder.
Eddie Murphy does Stevie the best. Here comes Just.
Here you go, baby girl.
Yeah. Come on, Just. Bark it out, Just. Bark it out, baby. Bark it out, Just. All right. Good job, guys.
Yay.
Thank you for tuning into our broadcast today. We are done. I like to say one Koga love. I'm out. Peace. Say happy birthday. We'll catch you next
What?
time, next Tuesday. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
Make sure we're public.
We are public. Almost said
Sure?
pubic, but some people
You
might get
sure?
offended. F you. Wow, where did that come from?
You sure?
Anyway,
You sure we're
I think
public?
so, Danny. Double check. Let me see what we got.
You got to go back in. You know that.
I'm back in. I went back in. Double check. Let's see what we got. Hold on, guys. I got to make sure here. Edit privacy. It's public.
Okay.
All right. What's up? What's up? While Danny's checking the schematic there to see if we're public. We are public. All right. Not to be confused with Stop and Shop for us people down south. Danny has
Right.
no idea what I'm talking about.
I do know Florida has Publix,
Yeah. They
public
do.
grocery stores. I know.
We love
And
Florida.
LA has Ralph's. Don't I know my shit.
Shout out to our Florida peeps. LA, we'll give a little shout out to you as well. I'm joking. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Jon Koga. I am here at the KFIT Talk Studios in Long Island, New York. Danny's down there coming at you from her well, not little, but from her beautiful little, gorgeous Carroll County's #1 Danny K Gym and Wellness. Let's give it up for Danny K. Folks.
Yes.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up. But even more important, let's give it up for Justice. Happy birthday to Danny's
Yes.
little girl, 13. Man, so that means she's going to be going into what? Eighth grade this year, Danny. Wow. Justice going into eighth grade. Justice, that might be the junior high school. No, the middle school. All right.
I don't know. I was 13. I was went into ninth grade when I was 13. I graduated when I was 17. I started early. They don't let you start early anymore.
Yeah, I dropped out when I was 11. So
shut the fuck up.
Danny, you can't drop F-bombs. I'm hearing it from people. Oh God, these people, I can't anymore. I can't calling me out for the F-bombs I dropped.
Dude, so remember when I had that bug outside, like that big old Hercules beetle thing?
Sure. Yep.
And I was like it startled me when she lifted it up and everything. I was like, like, dropping the F-bombs and everything. Everybody was laughing because they know that's who I am. Like, I mean, I freak out with bugs and creepy crawly things and whatever. And anybody that knows me knows I, cuss like a sailor. That means you're a true, honest person, right? Anyway.
Danny.
So there was one person that went on and said, "That's so unprofessional that you cussed like that." I was like,
I know who it is too, but I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway,
whatever.
I know who it is.
Whatever.
Some fucking sleazebag. Anyway,
Whatever.
I'm going to leave it at that because we don't come at people like that. You're entitled to freedom of speech, baby.
But
anyway, they don't know us. But you know what? It's great. First of all, we're at season 6, episode 8, folks. Welcome to the broadcast. If we already ruffled your feathers, and we already, like they say, if it don't apply, let it fly. If we already tugged a cord on your guilt string, then this might not be the podcast for you. Wow, I'm coming out hard today, Danny.
We the people are pissed off.
I'm coming out hard today, Danny. I had a little something last night that I'm not going to get into right now, but I got a huge announcement coming up in the next few weeks once all the paperwork is filed, Danny. Once all the
Nice.
paperwork is filed, I got something nice that's gonna look. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. So if this was my mouth was a zipper, watch what I do. It's gonna do this to a lot of people. Watch. In the immortal words of one of my childhood best friends, Jerry Carollo, do me a favor, shut the hole under your nose. And I'm gonna be telling a lot of people, have you ever heard me like this? You know what,
I
Danny?
mean, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know
What?
what the hell's going on. And but so for y'all that think that I know what's going on, I don't know what's going
She
on.
doesn't.
John
She doesn't.
John never tells me anything until it's done. I mean, I let him in on like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is my thought. Like boom. And John's just like, I mean, next thing you know, like I'm just as surprised as y'all. I don't know what the
Oh
fuck's going
man,
on. Like you would think that I would know. You think that I would have a little bit of an insight, but
you
no,
will.
John treats me like regular people. So
You will. Well,
whatever.
we are regular people. But anyway, I'm having some fun with what's taking place, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But no, actually, not gonna leave it at that. I'll make that announcement down the road once all the paperwork is completely finalized. So it's gonna be fun. Hey, listen, season 6, episode 8. And Justice's birthday. I'm psyched. I miss Joe. I haven't seen Justice in a couple of years now. We're having some fun with this thing. Our podcast is obviously we talk fitness, food, life, and fun. Sometimes we go off the rails a little bit, which we will on our next free talk, which is fine. And people love us for that. One of our
Right.
topics today: be who you are. Be who you are. I'm so excited to talk about this topic because many people, which we'll get to, need to look in the mirror and tell themselves, "I'm going to be who I am today." All right, hold that thought. We're going to get back to that. But we have, our sponsor for our amazing podcast that's climbing the charts every week. So while you're hating on it, and while you're being critical, and while you're being that keyboard warrior, as we like to say, keep listening, baby, because all I'm hearing is cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. All right. So thank you. That was shallow as hell. That was like shallow Al. But you know what? You got to get under people's skin. You got to poke the bear, Dan. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know, but you were talking about sponsor, and then you went off poking a bear. Like who's
Sponsor, Sizzle, SISEL, Science, Innovation, Success, Energy, and Longevity.
Danny K colors, red and black.
Woo, I
Oh,
got the red and black on today. Look. I got the Koga Fitness
nice.
Athletics. I got
I
the
got
Koga
my I got
Fitness
my black
Athletics.
my black shorts on,
Nice,
my red
nice.
shirt.
Let me come back to reality here. Let's tone it down a little bit. So anyway, I'm gonna have some fun with what's going on. I am. I'm all about being optimistic and fun and turning negatives into positives. But we're gonna have some fun with today's podcast. So yeah, Danny Sizzle. We I got into Sizzle 10 years. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm all over the place, but let's get into Sizzle later when we talk our side hustle. Let me, as Jerry Corolla would say, shut the hole underneath my nose, and let me hear what Danny K's got to say. What's going on down there at Danny K, Carroll County? Danny K, Jimmy Wells.
You
Best.
know, it's like I was slammed busy. John's texting me it's normally I'm texting him, and now this time he's texting me, and I can't respond back because I'm doing a consultation. Like I got a meal plan tonight from a guy in Philly that I'm gonna be doing FaceTime.
Philly,
Um,
shout out to Philly. What's
you
up,
know,
Philly?
and again, like be who you are. That kind of thing. Like everything kind of ties in.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that somebody in Philly is seeking my expertise, right?
Wait,
I'm
wait,
like,
wait, 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 wait. Why is that crazy?
well, no, like because you don't think that you are who you are, right? You know what I mean? Like, because me, I'm just me, right? I'm being who I am, right?
Yep.
But unbeknownst to me, and like I had a little bit of like I'll tell you this side story too. But there's nobody in Philly that he trusts for a meal plan. Like that's awesome, and that speaks like
Who you
volumes
are.
of who I am and
100.
what I bring to the table. You know what I mean? Like I know that I'm worthy of that. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just hey, I'm just a little old girl from
Yep.
Finksburg, Maryland, that none of the kids in my neighborhood were allowed to play with because I was from a single family home, that I was the trouble. And here I am, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the neighborhood kids were, drugs and drinking and jail and pregnant and blah, blah, blah. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and here you know what I mean? Like, so I'm the one that you needed to stay away from. So, still it's very humble, you know what I mean? Like somebody from Philly, actually, I'm going to be doing a meal plan. I've got people in, Georgia, North Carolina, stuff like that.
Yeah, you do.
Kentucky, that I've done stuff for, and I really want to get like, doing this on a regular, you know what I mean? Like, had a consultation, with a lady, today that's, like an hour away, and she's going to be coming up here to, because I'm, I'm the best, not tooting my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn. And then just, over the like Friday, I met up with, someone hanging out at my watering hole. And, one of the girls, she looks up and she's like, damn, oh shit, damn. And then like later on, she came up to me and she was like, oh my God, you're Dani K. And I was like, yeah. She's like, I've been following you for years. Like, I love the J-Lo thing, and you scare people with the J-Lo thing. And like, I've been following you and the dog and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, so it just humbles you because I'm just me. I'm just being who I am. And I do what I do because I love what I do, and I'm not doing it to get any kind of recognition or anybody to like, put me on some sort of pedestal or whatever. But so it's kind of cool when, when you get that kind of like emotion and feeling from someone,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just it's
Hey,
cool.
Dani, you know what? That's really, I love to hear that, but I already knew that about you. But let's go real quick. I want to talk one thing real fast. It doesn't have to be fast. So tell us how you got justice, when you got justice, why you got justice, and what justice means to you on Justice's birthday today.
Okay. So, so I got her on November 2nd. So she was born on August 23rd, 13 years ago. I got her, 9 weeks later on November 2nd. So the November 1st, like the day prior, me and my ex, were down at White Marsh, the Avenue, and we were just walking around like, hey, let's go to the mall. We went to the mall. I was like, at that time they had a pet store. And we were like, let's go in and see if there's a black cockapoo. She's like, that's specific. And I was like, yeah, let's just go in and see if there's a black cockapoo. Like, and there was. And every other dog was pooping and peeing and barking and everything. And she was just sitting there looking with those eyes right at me and just staring at me. And I was like, okay, we got to get out of here because, dogs are expensive. Dogs stink. Dogs a hassle. Like all this stuff, right? So she was reiterating to me like, you don't want that. I'm like, yeah, right. You're right. Focus. So the next morning, like I was still thinking about, I was like, oh my God. And I didn't know whether it was a girl or a boy, and I'm just like, I just couldn't stop thinking about it, right? This black cockapoo and how cute this face was. So, she's like, look, in the next morning, if you're still thinking about it, let's call and see if it's still available. So are you still there?
I'm listening. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounded like it went silent.
I'm listening.
So, we flip up, we call the pet store, and it's ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. So I was like, well, maybe there's only one person there, and, they're busy taking care of the dogs, and, they're not answering the phone. So we try and call the office. Well, the mall office phone ringing, 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 ringing. So we pull up the computer and look at like the adjacent stores that anybody could look over and say, yeah, they're there. They're just busy or whatever. Right. So, and finally, every phone we called was ringing and ringing and ringing. So finally, and what I said was, if it's a boy, I'm going to name it Jackson after Michael. And if it's a girl, like, God, I'm not going to name it Janet. That's a stupid name for a dog, right? Janet's middle name is Demita Joe. Like, that's just weird too, right? And, I'm not going to do like DJ or JJ or any, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, okay, so think about like her roles. So she played Cleo and Charlene and Penny. And I was like, oh, she played Justice in Poetic Justice with Tupac. Okay, nice. So there it is. So that's why Justice is named Justice. Most people think it's because I'm a Libra and the balance, the justice scales, all that stuff, but it's not. It's because of Janet. So it was going to be Jackson or Justice. So finally, the only phone store that answered was the girls' clothing line, Justice.
No way.
Yeah. So we still didn't know if it was a girl or a boy at this point.
Wow. So
I had to go over to my mom's and sit with her. So this November 2nd, my mom passed away that same year, December 2nd. So a month to the day, right? Wow. So as soon as we get to the house, the pet store answers. So basically what the people at Justice said, somebody hit a telephone pole and knocked out half the electric. So half the mall was out and half the mall was on. Wow. So they said, keep trying. So we finally got a hold of the store right then and there, and they were like, so my ex was like, we're calling about the black cockapoo. Oh, hold on, let me see if she's still here. It's just, oh my God, this is crazy, right? So she's still there. So I called my cousin, and my cousin came over and sat with my mom so we could go down and pick her up. So we went down, picked her up. So her birthday obviously is August 23rd, and I'm a numbers person, right? So August 23rd was the day in 2005 that I closed on my house in Hampstead. So, so it was like, so we called Justice. Justice answered. I was going to name it Justice before we even found out that it was, whatever, a thing, and then August 23rd. So it was so cool. So then when I bring it home, what was so funny, because like her tail is cropped. So I'm holding her, and, and I'm like, oh my God. And Jenny slams on the brakes, and she's like, what? I'm like, she doesn't have a tail. She's like, I am not going back to the store and getting a tail. They cropped it. There's no tail. So we get to the house. I open up the door. I get in, and my mom looks at me, and she was like, where's she at? And I was like, Jenny or the dog? She's like, the dog. And for all y'all that don't know my mom don't like animals. My mom's scared of animals. She doesn't like them, like whatever. So she was like, the dog. I was like, she's outside. She's like, well, bring her in. I'm like, Jenny or the dog? She's like, the dog. So I opened up the door, and I was like, Mom wants to see her. She's like, me or the dog? I was like, the dog.
That's awesome.
She's like, what? That's so Jenny's carrying her. She's walking up the steps, because I got a split foyer. And so she walks up halfway up, and Mom looks, she goes, up, that's close enough. And she's like, okay. So I was like, Jenny, you've been dismissed. And she's like, apparently. So that to me was the sign that Mom was okaying. Like, Mom saw Justice as the first and only time that she saw Justice, and she okayed Justice to be in her house. So
it's awesome. It's a great story. I'm glad I asked. That's a great story, man. And I can see the smile from ear to ear when you talk about your mom and Justice. So that makes me happy. I do have a sentimental side too, just in case you wonder. I'm not just an arrogant, what. So check this out, guys. The next topic, ties into what we're just talking about. I actually, the first time I really heard it, so I worked, shout out to our Big Al's Family Fitness peeps over in Amityville. You guys that are listening heard of the town Amityville, right? Literally right across the street.
Amityville Horror?
Yeah, right. Literally right up the block from the Amityville Horror House, which that's a whole nother conversation. But our Koga peeps over in Big Al's Family Fitness in Amityville. So the gym's slogan was "Be Who You Are." And I was like, man, I like that. That's kind of cool. And it was an environment that allowed you to, you want to be a musclehead, be a musclehead. You want to be a little nerky geek doing your little switch on the treadmill, do it. You want to be Johnny Koga, be Johnny Koga. It was such a great environment. And I know a lot of people that were members there listen to this podcast. Jen, one in particular from Lindenhurst, Jen, shout out to Jen. She sent us a great text last week when we mentioned our prayers to her mom. So shout out to Jen. It was just a great environment. I think I was there for almost 10 years. One day I'll tell the story as to how I ended up working out there, but it was be who you are. And the owner of the facility, when they came up with that slogan, it was just great merchandise, So I would always throughout the years, gym ended up closing and shutting down about 2-3 years ago. And I started seeing be who you are a little more frequently, and it's just like, it started resonating and started making sense to me more and more, with the more involvement in the internet. Because, when people on the internet are the first ones we said to throw stones, to keyboard warrior, to justify and blame, and and that what it'll do to some people, which will never, I'm going to put the capital N, emphasize the letter N, that will never happen to Danny K or myself. We're never going to surrender who we are or conform to somebody else's thoughts, somebody's other thoughts, ideas, or perspective of who we are. Never. So if you're expecting X, Y, and Z out of us, and that's the only thing you're expecting, there's no other way to look at whatever the situation might be, you got the wrong people for that, kids. And we expect the same of you. So don't conform, and don't let society change who you are because to maybe put you in favor with them, or to maybe get you a job, or to maybe let you earn points with somebody. Because I'm going to tell you something right now, folks. Somebody needs to hear this right now. When your head hits that pillow at the end of the night, you're not going to feel good about yourself. You got to go through the fight. You got to go through the muck. You got to go through the challenge. Never, step out of your character. Never
Yep.
change who you are. They're going to like you or they're going to not like you. Okay.
And you're going to get so much further with authenticity.
That's
Like
exactly right. You know, Dan, you
being
said last week,
authentic is
if they're not making fun or talking about you, we're doing a bad job. 45 said that. But
yep.
getting back to be who you are. And sometime you'll feel the chains are wrapped around you and people weighing you down. And you could have mounds and mounds and mounds of people around you saying, no, you got to do this, just please do this. Forgive them, apologize, whatever the case may be. Be who you, if in your heart of hearts, you're going to have integrity and dignity, and you're going to say to yourself, this is my true, honest, 125% belief in whatever that matter may be. Don't stray from who you are.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Danny, I know you have a lot to contribute on this because of all your, you went through some challenges in life with, maybe not jumping on the corporate, gym wagon and taking a risk on, having to lose a loved one and maybe wanting to hear what the other side of the cancer bullshit, the business side of cancer is. There's a lot of things that challenge us on a daily basis that we encounter. And our integrity gets challenged. Okay. I'm telling you right now, for that minute, the decision might be for you to step out of your character and conform. Do not do it. I'm telling you, the reward will 195%, I'm with a lot of percentages today, will reap the benefit than you succumbing and changing your integrity and your belief and your heart of hearts by being somebody else or doing what somebody else wants you to do, or once again, it just drives me crazy that peer pressure will pull you down. Do not, just because the masses are telling you you need to be this, you need to do that, take the job. I don't want the job. Forgive. I can't forgive right now. Apologize for what? Apologize. Okay, these are things in life when we describe the term and the phrase "be who you are." It's very, very powerful phrase, folks. Very powerful. At the end of the day, and I hate that saying, you're going to feel real good about yourself by keeping your dignity and integrity, by not succumbing to what the masses are conforming to what the masses. I don't care if I got to lose $1 over it. I don't care if I got to lose sleep over it. I don't care if I have to lose whatever over it. I'm not going to change who I am, and we don't want you to. Danny, talk to me, baby.
So, like one thing, for instance, well, there's a couple. So, personal and professional. So, professional, there was talk. There was a gym, a 24/7 gym, that was like a local guy. I mean, he had a couple of locations open and stuff like that, and and we were talking or whatever, and he was like, so. At that time, we thought it was Anytime Fitness coming in. Anytime Fitness ended up coming into the area, but before that, Planet Fitness came in. So, but we knew that that was going to be some competition or whatever. And so he's like, do you have any thought process about like lowering your prices? And I was like, nah. I'm keeping my prices. And then when we finally, and he was like, well, why is that? And I was like, because I give so much more value to what $19.95 a month is.
That's right. Knowing your value.
Right. And I said, I'm here. I'm here all the time. Like you, like he, it was a 24/7 access. He wasn't there. He was just, the money guy behind, and he had different locations open, and just people went in, worked out, and they left. He didn't have any personal trainers, or, he wasn't there. So, I'm here, I'm working, I am training, I am the face, I am the sound, the voice, the everything. Right. So no, I'm not changing my prices down to $19.95. Well, what if they start taking people away? I'm like, well, I mean, if they're going to go for, whatever price, then we finally figured out that it was going to be Planet Fitness. So Planet Fitness is $10 a month. Right. So come to find out, he lowered his prices. He's no longer open in all of his, I think he's got one location still open, which is great. Gold's here went down to $10 a month. They are no longer in service. So there was no way. Now, granted, I lost, a couple of grand a month because Planet Fitness came in. It was a new gym. People wanted to try it out. Yeah, it was $10, blah, blah, blah. But I got a lot of those people back because they understood the value of what I was giving. So I mean,
they understood who you are.
Right, exactly.
Who Danny K is.
And to understand that better, I knew who I was, and I was being who I am, and I'm not going to conform to lowering my price to keep people, because then, I want, I give so much more value for, like I said, I give about 40-50 bucks a month value to 20 bucks, so all you're paying is 20 bucks.
Right.
And if 10 bucks is going to make or break you, then, you need to, if 10 bucks is going to be more beneficial in your pocket than, value to your health, then I'm not judging you. Then go do what you need to do. But a lot of those people came back because they understood that what they were getting from there was not what they were getting from me,
Right.
and all of that. So, so no, I did not conform, and I stayed true. I stayed authentic, and I knew my authenticity was going to see me through this. So then, I eventually, from what I lost, I gained back, right? And then of course COVID hit, and
Right.
now I'm still trying to get back to where I was before COVID. Um, but again, staying authentic to who I am and staying true to who I am. I'm keeping everything, and I'm keeping my, I'm not trying to inflate the prices like other gyms are doing. I'm not inflating, because I'm trying to, you're being attacked by inflation with food and gas and all this stuff. So like, how am I going to do that to you? Right. So I, like you said, putting your head to the pillow, and being authentic. Yes. I mean, inflation is hitting me with my business as well as personal, but I also understand that the gym and personal training is something that most
Dani, I think you froze. Can you hear me or no, Dani? I think Dani froze up, guys. Let me put my bifocals on. Let me just double check. Let me let her know. 1 second. I'm sorry for the interruption, guys. Hold up. You froze up. I'm just gonna text her. Guys, so Dani,
there we go. Hold on. Got it. Okay. So sorry about that. So I'm not going to inflate my prices. I'm trying my damnedest to not inflate my prices. So, you and I talked, I came up with another program, another service, another way that I can help you with your fitness journey. Me make still try and make some money, but to the same point, not inflate you, but give you that value. Right.
Yep.
So with that, with personal, being who I am. So obviously y'all know I'm gay. If you don't know, now you know, right? But for years I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? Like I tried to conform to society because, back then we didn't talk about this stuff. Back then, it was not, you just didn't do those things, right? So as I became understood who I was, and I was more comfortable in my own skin, I am being who I am. Now, I don't go out and I don't flaunt it, and I don't, shove it in your face or anything like that. And I'm not going to, but I'm going to be straight up honest with you. You know what I mean? Like I am who I am. I'm being who I am. And, if I, want to post a thing, I don't know if you saw that the other day where it says, this idiot likes titties, and then these idiots also like titties. I mean, I'm gonna put that. That's cute, right? I mean, but there was a lot of straight women going like, you know what I mean? Like, so, women like titties, right?
Yeah.
So I am who I am. I'm not going to throw it in your face about all of that, but I had to be who I was. I was tired of lying to myself. Some people come out and they say, being gay is a sin. Well, gluttony is a sin. So if you're overweight, that's a sin, right? Don't judge me because my sin is different than yours, right?
That's right.
Drinking is a sin. Smoking is a sin.
Let he who has not sinned cast the first stone.
Also, isn't lying a sin, right? So if I'm lying to myself, so, let's just say John, you and I like hook up, whatever. And, for years, right? And we have 3 kids and we're married and all this stuff. Well, I'm lying to myself and I'm lying to you. You know what I mean? Like, so what I think God would like it that I'm not lying. I'm being who I am. I'm being who He created, and I'm being authentic. And, I'm loving who I am. You know what I mean? Like, and yes, so I might like women, but I'm all about love and positivity, and everything else is godlike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, tell me that you're not a sinner, then you can cast that stone. But you know
Danny.
what I mean? Like, so, it is what it is, right?
And
So,
that holds true in everybody
yeah,
that's listening to this life. Okay. So when
right,
people want
right,
to chastise and people want to throw stones and people want to point fingers and people want to jump on their keyboards and not expect something back, I don't know what world you're living in, kids, but you know what, Danny? I don't want to misconstrue because somebody's going to come across in the comments and say, I talked about, keeping your integrity and standing firm on your beliefs. Now, there's a fine line between stubbornness and being who you are. Okay, like when you being who you are, you're happy with the decision that you made. When you're stubborn, you might walk away from whatever you're confronting at that point in time, the situation, and there's not even one iota thought of second guessing or questioning your decision when you are being true to who you are. When
right,
you are stubborn and you walk away from a decision, or indecisive, which many of us are, there might be some guilt in there. Okay. So, if you felt like there was guilt, or not guilt from other people making you feel guilty, from your heart of hearts, if you felt guilty when you try to going forward from this point on, for anybody that needed to hear this, when you're trying to, I'm going to live this phrase, be who I am and be who you are. There's like one splidgen of a second where you're going to have to ask yourself, am I going to be stubborn about this answer and this result? Or am I going to be true to who I am and be who I am? And if your heart tells you to do it and your gut of guts tells you to do it, then you're going to do it, my friends. Don't worry about everybody else stinks and stinks, because opinions are like, what's, they all stink and everybody's got one. Okay. So that topic has been really, 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 obviously, resonating in my life the last couple of weeks. And I said, wait a minute, man, Jon Koga, they thought I was crazy combining kickboxing and yoga.
right.
That'll never happen. How the hell are you going to combine kickboxing and yoga? Back in 2001, I'm going to plug Koga. Here it is, household name soon to be worldwide, because we are in 11 countries. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just telling you, if I would have listened to the people back then that said, I'm talking high people in infomercials, in the fitness industry, it'll never work. You're never going to, well, here we are. Guess what? You're going to have the last laugh and you're going to win. Just ride out the ship, ride out the storm. With every sunset, there's a brighter day. All right, folks? Guess what? If being who you are is holding you back from doing something, it ties in perfectly to our next topic. So I hope, and I know Danny's description of what she went through, a lot of you guys can relate to, especially in the LBGTQBSIP community. All right.
Stop calling it. I can't stand that term anymore because they're overusing it.
I agree,
They are
Danny.
making a mockery of it. Like that
I,
side
I agree.
is making a mockery of
You could say it, baby.
true
You could
gay
say it.
people. Like
You could say
I
it.
cannot stand
Go,
that
Danny.
LGBTQ bullshit. Like
Go,
that
Danny.
shit.
Oh, the
Because
gloves
that's
are out.
something that they created
The
to
gloves
make a
are out.
mockery and a token of
And to
like
monetize and to
of the
make
real,
money off
and
of,
to
Danny.
monetize it. Exactly. I am a gay woman, I'm a lesbian, whatever, but like fuck that whole like
I'm gonna change
whatever.
it.
Like nah.
So,
Plus, like no, because you know why? Because you
love
know
my
why?
partner. That's my
Oh, now
partner.
you open up a can of worms.
That's
Because
my
you know why?
partner.
Months ago, maybe a year now, but months ago, they were trying to, in California, trying to put the P at the end of LGBTQ.
Wow.
And you know what the P stands for?
I don't.
Pedophilia.
No freaking way.
Yes.
They were gonna
So,
categorize that with L.
yes.
Wow.
Now, why I am so pissed off about that and refuse
Wow.
that those letters, because of what they were trying to make the P in, and try and put the P in there. Because back in the day when when people were coming out, like it was very hard for me to come out, right? You know what I mean? Like it was back in the day. I didn't come out till I was like 33, 34, right?
Wow.
I realized that I always thought there was something wrong with me mentally, you know what I mean? Like, and then I understood. I met my first openly gay person, and I was like, oh wow, this is me, and it is okay. Like you know what I mean? Like wow, I'm gonna be who I am. So, but before that, it was always that people were trying to say that gay people were child molesters. Nah, I don't like children. I like women. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and for
It
men,
hurts. It
like
hurts
they
when
don't
you even have to say those words, man.
gay men don't like. I mean, so a lot of what you're getting with the child, the CMs
Yeah,
is straight men with children. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
so
Yep,
so
I
like,
agree.
and so for years, the gay community busted our asses to prove that we weren't that. You know what I mean? Like, gay women like gay women. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we like
Yeah,
women. It's not we don't like children. You know what I mean? Like, so there's two. That's a sickness. Liking
I'm
children and
glad.
doing that.
I'm
That's
glad
a
you clarified
sickness.
that. I'm
Okay.
glad you clarified
So
that.
for them to put so like all of those letters that they put, like they're making a mockery, and they're just trying to monetize. They're trying to make money off of it. And I'll be damned if
Yep.
they're gonna try and make money off of me
Good
and
for
and
Danny.
and who I am.
Good
So
for Danny. Good for Danny. I love it. And guys, that's why she's my partner. Okay. If I would have just said everything she said, woo, the keyboard warriors would come out strong on
right.
Johnny
Well, I
Koga.
mean, probably still might, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, I am a gay woman and I'm not a child molester. I'm not a pedophile. Like, none of that stuff.
And
Like, I don't
guess
like,
what? We
like,
have nothing. Listen to me, folks, because I have quite a few friends over the last few weeks and couples that I met, gay couples that I absolutely love and adore. Really, really good people, man. That more in particular, like I said, the last few weeks with the new ventures I've taken on, I met some great gay couples that are just amazing. And we want to make sure you guys know we support every damn thing you do and want to make sure we tarnish the bullshit that you guys have been going through. And I have a feeling the guys I'm talking about are probably more, Danny, on airing on your side of the whole LBGTQ, whatever, how that's being like kind of used for marketing and to make money and stuff. So shout out to all my gay homies out there. We love you. Nothing but love for you guys, those couples out there, males and females. So Danny, we were talking about how this topic tie into our next topic, and I feel as though a lot of people, and probably listening to this, including myself, missed the boat and missed opportunities and missed, that swing that you didn't take in life because we are just one afraid of change and we get stuck in a comfort zone. Okay, we get locked in a comfort zone. There's a lot of psychology. I did my homework on this topic. There's a lot of psychology that goes into comfort zones. Okay, I mean, you can have some kind of disease. Okay, you can have some kind of mental health, as we always discuss, and we support mental health with this podcast because a lot of things derive and come from mindset and state of mind. So when you're locked into a comfort zone, it could be not wanting to leave your house. It could be not wanting to change your job. It could be not wanting till we get stuck in a rut in our comfort zone because of the fear of many things. Finances, the fear of losing in a relationship, the fear of being in a toxic relationship, but I'm stuck in a comfort zone and I can't get out. Guys, we're here once again. I mentioned earlier about breaking the chains and taking these chains off. We got to take the chains off today, guys.
yep.
We have to get you out of your comfort zone because with challenge comes change. Another cliche. You know me, I hate cliches, but that one really holds true.
And you
Being
can't grow inside the comfort zone.
Yo,
There's
yo,
no
no,
growing.
you're going. So what I'm here to tell you right now, folks that are listening to this, is that we need to help you get out of your comfort zone right now. It could be the smallest of little comfort zones that's holding you back from starting your walk around the block. You have a fear of a dog that's around the block that's locked in behind his fence, that in your head mindset, this dog's going to come out. And as a kid, I was worried about dogs when
Yeah.
one part of the neighborhood I wouldn't go by because there's one damn German Shepherd who now happened to be one of my favorite animals that I was in fear of my life for. Walking past this house, I had a detour 16 miles to go around because I was in a comfort. I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone and confront my fears and walk through. So what I'm here to tell you could be something as small as that, but in your brain, in your mind, that's huge.
Yeah.
We have to get out of our comfort zone, whether it's for financing, for health, for wealth, for prosperity. There are things that are chains that are holding us down, that are keeping us locked and stuck in this comfort zone. We have to figure out a way, and we will. If you guys need help, you're going to reach out to us, of getting you out of that comfort zone, so folks, because nothing good comes from a comfort zone. They call it comfort food for a reason. It's lardy, it's heavy, it's saucy, it's cheesy, it's creamy, and it puts FAT on your body. So being in the comfort zone and having that little comfort food, that is your little security, and I do it too, even though I'm down 28 pounds, just for the record. Let's show some of this stuff off.
Good job.
I'm wearing cut off sleeves now because I can. My svelte weight of 210 pounds from 220, from 238. So Dani, comfort zone, Dani. And you had to get out of your, let's tie everything in. You were conforming to what society wanted you to conform with. You weren't being who you are. You were, in a sense, maybe it wasn't a comfort zone where you were comfortable, but you were locked in with chains until you woke up that day and said, F everybody. I am gay. I'm proud of being gay. I'm going to live my life being gay. Okay. So Dani, comfort zone. What does comfort zone mean to Dani K?
I try and not be in a comfort zone. Like my comfort zone is outside the comfort zone. Then the more you're outside the comfort zone, the more that is comfortable, and you don't let things hold you back. Like now you might be like, ooh, I'm scared. You know what I mean? But like for me, like I've always said, let fear guide you, not hide you, so it's kind of like that comfort zone thing. So, if you're fearful of doing something, you're fearful of, again, asking that person out, getting that job, getting that new car, getting the house, switching jobs, opening up your business, like whatever, if you're fearful of that, that to me is fear guiding you. It's telling you, it's God, it's the universe telling you that's where you need to go. This is going to be your next step. If you want what you want in life, this is going to be your next step. You have to take that step. It also, like, feeling worthy is another thing. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, so if you're scared of doing something, or scared of receiving something, a lot of times we reject it. You know what I mean? Like, so if that job, we want that new job, and the job's placed in front of us, there's the job opening, there's the person that we like, we want to date them, whatever. But it's right there in front of us, but we're rejecting it, not necessarily rejecting them or the job or the whatever it is. We're rejecting the idea of it because we're scared of it. This is what we've prayed for. We prayed for that job. We prayed for that person. We prayed for that relationship. We prayed for that new car. But shit, there it is. Oh my God, now it's reality. I'm going to reject not that, but reject the idea of it because I don't feel worthy of it. So you have to feel worthy of losing weight. Feel worthy of like getting that job, doing whatever, stepping outside that comfort zone to get those things, and receiving those things. Because a lot of times, they what do they say? You spend too much time looking at the closed door that you miss the open door, right?
No doubt. No doubt.
Because we're looking at the closed door. That door should be closed. Like that relationship is over. That job is done. That position is you're better than that position now. You need to go to the next step, the next venture. You're better than, just being, a trainer at the gym. It's time for you to own the gym. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, but we sit so long looking at that closed door that God or the universe is trying to close. You're done being a trainer, own the gym. You're done in that toxic relationship, get out. This is, you're scared to, you've been single for a while. You're scared to be into that relationship because, well, what if I get hurt? Well, so what? What if you don't? You know what I mean? What if you, excel in that job? What if you excel in that next position? But we look too long at that closed door and try and keep that door closed because we think, well, this is our comfort. This is, we know what's going on here. We don't know what's going to go on over there. No, we don't know but you know what? You don't know what's going to go here either. And 9 times out of 10, if you keep looking at that door, thinking that it's going to stay open, God's going to close it. If he wants you to, and if the universe wants you to go over to this side or this position or that job or get that, that relationship, whatever, they're going to eventually close this and you're going to have no other option. Like we talked the other day about me trying to get a training position in one of the other smaller gyms. And every door kept closing. I was like, oh, no, I guess I better go to Gold's if I want to do this, Yeah. And it was the best thing that I'd done. You know what I mean? Like, and then the same thing from going to Gold's to Powerhouse. It was the best thing that I could have done. Even though it didn't work out well, it still worked out. Like it got me to the next step. That might not be that relationship or that job or that position or that business might not be the forever thing, but it's the next step in your journey. And you
Yep.
need that step to go to the next level and level up. Or
Yep.
you're not ever going to level up, and you're going to stay in that comfort zone. If you're not, what do I say? I've got that posted on my wall. If you're not standing on the edge, you're taking up too much space.
I love
Jump.
it.
The leap, and the net will appear.
I love it.
If you're authentic to yourself, being who you are, and you go for that job, you go for that relationship, you go for that new business, you go for that new car, is going to work out because you're being authentic to yourself.
That's right. And guys, let's not forget, stepping out of your comfort zone is good. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So when I researched this topic, I went to a website called wellandgood.com. Give them a little plug. And you know me, I'm big on psychology and science when it comes to everything we do, whether it's supplements we're using or educating myself on Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or whatnot. As a PT, I want to know the facts. All right. I don't have time for the bullshit
Right.
storytelling, so to speak. So these are 6 mental health benefits of stepping out of your comfort zone. Okay. 6 mental health benefits. And once again, this is as per wellandgood.com. It's a great website, by the way. So 1, it can lower your risk of depression. Guys, you know what we just came out of right now. What we just came out of right now, which we should have came out of, I think it was supposed to be 15 days, right? Which we were supposed to come out of it in 15
We shouldn't have been in it at all.
I know. It's all part of the movie, Danny. Let's leave it at that. So it can lower you. And with depression, bad shit happens. Okay. Bad shit. Bad. I'm talking life-changing, life-altering bad shit. Okay. It can improve your performance. All right. No, I'm not talking about that performance, guys. Not that, but it'll improve that as well. It could, Danny won't be the judge of that, but it can improve your performance. All right. So get out of your comfort zone. Change the position up, fellas. Change the position. All right. We'll leave it at that. Don't be missionary the whole freaking 30 seconds. Change it up a little bit. All right. So also,
you act like that only goes to men. Women get in a depression where they don't want to have sex too. So, come on.
All right.
It's not just about men.
All right, so then get out of the scissor position, Danny. Get out of the scissor position. All right, let's leave it at that. Because there they go to K. I'm just gonna start calling them, and it's a letter K. I'm gonna call it the KWs. I'm not even gonna say the word. The KWs are gonna come at us. All right. So check it out. So and guess what? You can be more creative. You'll feel more creative and more productive when you step out of it. That first initial, I think, as I read, the first initial 30 minutes of coming out of your comfort zone could be the scariest time of your life because you question everything. Okay. You're going to get past it. Deep breaths, practice your pranayama, practice your breathing, practice your mindset, practice your control over your mind. All right. It's not easy. It's easier said than done, but practice that. All right. And also it's going to naturally increase your adaptability to things. So where you thought you were in a rut because of X, Y, and Z, you're going to want to challenge yourself. Like Danny said, you can know your net worth. You can know what you should be doing. A couple of seasons back, we did something called a bucket list. You're in your comfort zone. You're never going to get to that bucket list, guys. That was a great topic we did on bucket list,
Yeah.
So everything gets hindered. Everything gets covered. Everything gets, the joy of life and the joy of experience and the joy of enjoying company with people that you love and breaking bread with the people that you want to break bread with. It gets lost. You can't get that time back. You can't get that memory back. All right. And guess what? You're probably going to feel less bored. And your comfort zone is effing boring. We have a boring freaking life. Listen, outside of Koga and my business, put me on the recliner, put my feet up, relax, and take a deep breath. I'm happy as could be. All the clubs, the partying, the Hamptons growing up, doing bouncing, and that shit's out of my system. I don't want to be that 35-year-old guy sitting at the 20-year-old bar right now. Okay, Danny? I just can't be that 35-year-old guy sitting at the 20-year-old's bar. I just won't do it. So, but the point I'm trying to make is you're going to be less bored, guys. Add some adventure to your life. It's get outside, take a walk. One of the topics I was going to do, which I'm going to do next week, is the importance of getting outside and being in touch with nature. We did grounding and earthing last week. And it has amazing benefits as well. So those are some mental health benefits that you will get from getting out of your comfort zone, Danny. And I had to do it too. I had to, stop, whether it's a business venture or it's changing up my program or whatever the case may be within Koga. I had to get out of my and one of the main things I pride myself on with Koga is that I never have done the same workout twice. I don't care if it's a different type of bicep curl or it's a different type of plank. My Kogis and your Kogis going to tell you that they're never going to get the exact same workout.
Yep.
I will not get locked into a comfort zone on somebody else's expense when they're there to clear their head and get out of their comfort zone. So I'm going to give them the same freaking Koga class. They've been loyal to me for 20 something years. And I'm going to keep them in that Koga comfort zone. When they're there trying to get out of their comfort zone, it's not going to happen, folks. So I just wanted to add that for the record as well, Danny, And once again, as we like to tie into each one of our topics, we're gonna briefly touch on this topic, folks, because one of our podcasts, that we had in the past, I think I had some kind of storm or something went on, and we kind of got knocked off, and it never got posted. And we discussed side hustle. What is your side hustle? What do you guys have? If you're working that 9-to-5 job, or you're changing jobs, or you're 60 years old and you're retired and you're looking to just add a little extra residual income. And I'll get to the definition of what residual income is. We know many of you guys, have been involved with, especially the baby boomers and the Gen X's and maybe the millennials right now. This might be some people knocking on your door. With getting involved in MLM. MLM stands for level marketing. Very bad, stinky stigmatism. It's like the old casino rug from the 70s that still has the smell of smoke and alcohol in it, all right? That's what MLM has to many of us. Nope. Aunt Jane came over. I took my $1,000 out. I feel like I was violated when she left. I never made a penny. I get that. They're not all like that, folks. There are some really good and I'm just using MLM. We're talking side hustle. You want to go collect cans as a side hustle? Go collect cans. Make this country green, okay? Go figure out your side hustle. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be who you are, and you can't be afraid. So I'm going to talk about my side hustle, and Danny has one as well, which we have a couple that we're working on. But Sizzle, our company Sizzle, which is science, innovation, success, energy, and longevity. Let me give you guys a Renovator report. Danny's holding up her Sizzling protein. I'm on my Renovator now for 3 months. My knees, my ankles, my hips, everything feels amazing. Awesome. This bottle of Renovator, because of the side hustle that I have with Sizzle, meaning my side business, this bottle of Renovator right now is paying for my phone, my mobile phone. My $300 a month phone bill is being paid for by that. How? Because I was the billboard to my success story. This podcast, people reached out, said, John, I got arthritis, I got bursitis, I got tendonitis, I got achy bones, achy muscles. I said, guys, I have something I want you to try. Try it. It's the best $50 investment you're going to make to yourself. I thought I was getting hip surgery 3 months ago. I'm through my third bottle of Renovator. And guess what? While my mobility has definitely increased, the pain is gone, the knees, everything feels like $1 million. That little PSA that I gave to you guys over this podcast and in my classes has led to me selling about 30 or 40 bottles of this a month to people. And that equated to, on the Sizzle payout plan side, to quite a lot of money. All right. There's no middleman. There are no, everything gets drop shipped. You give them your link, or you purchase some inventory and sell it to them for 20% markup. Anyway, that's my side hustle. I've been with Sizzle for 10 years right now. That is my 401k, folks. I don't have a 401k plan. I have investments. I play around with the stock market, but I do not have a 401k plan. My Sizzle back office, or my e-wallet as it's called, I can open it up right now. Call me effing crazy, but if I had my phone, I will, and show you what's in my e-wallet every month. Okay. A significant amount of money because of my side hustle. That's eventually going to turn into a really nice looking 401k plan when I retire in 90 years. All right. So side hustle. All right. It could be anything. We're telling you we have one for you, because everybody listening to this podcast wants to be has something that we'd like to do for ourselves, whether it's externally, internally, aesthetically, whether it's wrinkles, whether it's high blood pressure, whether we're not curing cancer here. And the good Lord knows if Tom Mauer was still on this planet, he'd probably be working on that as well. Who owned the Tom Mauer Sr., who owns Sizzle International out there in Provo, Utah, 400,000 square foot plant. But anyway, so we have a side hustle for you. All right. Give it a shot. If you want more information on it, we're going to create some health, wealth, and happiness for you the right way, not the lot. We're not going to deceive you. We're not going to try to get your credit card out of your pocket. We're going to get you healthy first so you can be the billboard of your success. And then people will ask you questions and the rest is easy peasy. Okay. Dani,
Yep.
you know the importance of a side hustle, man. You were shut down through the pandemic. Okay. You've had many other companies reach out to you, many that you didn't put your name on. And there might have been one or two that we did, but shame on us. They went out of business, whatever the case may be. Sizzle's not going anywhere.
Nope.
It's in a dynasty trust and the products are amazing. So Dani, let's kick the crap out of the stigmatism, and rightfully so. I understand that people were involved with X, Y, and Z, that just they were sold a bill of goods and they never heard from the mentor, the person that brought them into that company. So if you want a side hustle with Dani K and myself, because we're both in business together, shout out to Ray Hutchinson and Pat Garrett for bringing me into the company. Dani, what do you got to say? Let's dismiss the negativity on MLM and tell us why side hustle is so important for especially people like us that we're our own boss and we don't have a 401k coming from a corporate office.
Right. Well, I mean, with 401k, with the MLM, like I think any business you can make, like, like maybe, you feel like that business, like swindled you or whatever, you didn't make any money. Well, but did you work the program fully? Right.
Excellent point.
Did you reach out? Did you make your calls? Did you, you make your connections? Did you use the products yourself? Did you talk about the products? Right. So I mean, it's so many times, like, and it's easy. Like for us, like we go to Sergio's and we'll check in at Sergio's and post the pizza, right? Well, but this is my company, so why can't I tag Sizzle and post a picture?
Nice.
And you know what I mean?
Nice.
Like, so if you can do it for someone else's business, why can't you do it for your own business? Right.
Yep, right.
So, I mean, and it's just as easy as that. Yeah. One post might not get you money, but after, after so many posts and stuff like that.
Frequency and repetition.
Yeah, consistency and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I showed you, I'm like, John, do you know this person? This person's from Berlin. Do you know this person? Do you know this person from Australia? You know what I mean? So I've got people in my, as customers even, like from Berlin and Australia and, like all over the place. And it's just crazy. It's kind of cool. And then you're like, I look back and I'm like, well, they're not a Facebook friend. They're not, they must have gotten it from Snapchat or they must have gotten it from TikTok. You know what I mean? Like, because I post those things, right?
The good side of social media, kids, the good side.
I mean, and it's there. So use it, I mean, even like with personal trainers, maybe you got a full-time job, but you like personal training, that could be your side hustle, right? So, but yes, MLMs have gotten, a bad rep. But think about it. Maybe you didn't make money with said company, but did you work the company? Did you work the tools? Did you, so like, but with Sizzle, I'm not making the money that I want to make, but I'm making money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so the more I do things and the more, we create, things and me, you and Ray have brainstorms and stuff like that, it's going to happen.
And form relationships with people.
Yeah. I mean, and figure out, and then I also like, I follow, John Melton. I'm going to give a shout out to John Melton. I don't even know if he watches our stuff or whatever, but he's in a different MLM, awesome. But I mean, he's got 6 figures. I think he's got 7 figures now. Like, I mean, and that's him and his wife, 6-7 figures. And that's all they do. And now, like, but then they've got a little side hustle to their side hustle, which is now their real hustle. And, it's Lifestyle Academy. And they teach you, wow, with anything, they teach you how to actually work the tools to make your MLM, not necessarily theirs, but your MLM, like that much better. You know what I mean? So like I follow them and I get tips and, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to use that, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like, even if, like, because even like with Rachel, she's in Optavia, right? So, and she makes a shit ton of money off of Optavia, but I'm always like plucking her brain to like, well, what can I use from her tools to implement in my business, to use those tools to like better my my MLM, my company, my side hustle. So you can always learn from people, and they don't necessarily have to be in your same company, because as a whole, like, when you look at just MLMs, that side hustle is that Optavia, Sizzle, what is it, Isogenics, like whatever. There's a couple of things in
Beachbody,
common.
oh yeah,
Beachbody, there's a couple of things in common. We have customers, we have distributors, or whatever they're called in that particular company,
affiliates, yeah,
affiliates, whatever, but some of those tools, that works for Isogenics will work for Sizzle, will work for Optavia, but you take that information and what can you use, throw away what you can't, you know what I mean? Like, so that's where, again, trying to get out of the comfort zone, and you learn from other people. I don't necessarily want to do that business. I want to still stay with my Sizzle business, but there's got to be something that I can pull, like their tools. Like, what do you do? Rachel even told me, she's like, I look at people that do my stories, like look at my stories, or that like my pictures or whatever, my posts. And then every day she tries to make one contact with someone to say, hey, thanks for liking my post, hope everything's good. Boom. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, and that's it. She's not talking about her business, but she's getting out of her comfort zone and talking, to, just making contact with other people. Because again, like I always say, every single person that's walking around on the street is a potential member or a potential client. And so,
yep.
you treat them as such, right? So you never know, like that one person might say, you know what, hey, what about that post you posted 3 days ago about that
But that
girl
back
losing weight?
burner,
you
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or about that person, using that renovator stuff that helped their joints. Like, what about that? You know what I mean? Like, so you make the contacts, you make the connections, and eventually it, comes back to you.
yeah. It guys. Sizzle is not a hard sell. I'm gonna end it on this. First of all, just so you guys know, Sizzle's compensation plan, for those of you that are versed in MLMs, if you're not, it's okay. It just means how much you're getting paid. With other compensation plans, the term pyramid comes from the shape of the organization that you're building. Somebody's on top, you build two legs out. The 101 elevator version is it's a binary, it's both sides. You got to put in two, they put in two, and it forms the shape of a pyramid. And the person at the top is the one that gets the most money. And there are legitimate binary systems like Isogenics. I was involved with Isogenics, but we're on the multi-level. What we have is a unilateral where it's across and infinite deep. Okay, companies only pay out certain levels. Okay, and they pay out once or twice a month. Our company Sizzle has no middleman. So we manufacture, we have scientists 24/7. We manufacture, actually, guys, just so you know, for over 800 other companies, and I'm not going to mention them. Ethically speaking, you're probably one of your MLM companies was probably, the product is probably formulated by the scientists at Supernaturals, which is Sizzle's company. So real quick about the money side of it. We pay out every day. So if somebody clicks my link and buys something today, within 48 hours, you're going to see your commission in your e-wallet. And the other beautiful thing is this, guys. It's not 600, 300, 900 starter packs for $1,200 to get involved with us. It's $24.
$24.
If you can't,
And sorry to cut you off, John, but like we've
no,
said before, John and I both have
we'll
said,
pay
look,
for it.
we'll pay if you wanted. We'll pay for your, like, what? Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's challenge the next 5 people that inbox us. Me or you. We'll pay for their startup.
Without a doubt, we'll pay for your startup for $24, and you'll put an order in whatever you feel is your market.
Yep.
If
You
your
put an order in, we'll pay for your startup.
Yep. If your market is cosmetic, if you have a bunch of girlfriends that get around and you want to do cosmetics, you want to do, weight loss and energy is always key. We have the best. And if you're, once again, baby boomer or older, and you're tired of buying Australian cream and it's all this other stuff you're seeing with Joe Piscopo on the freaking TV, get yourself. I like Joe Piscopo, just for the record. We got some science. It's a science-based company. All right, guys. Our payout, we pay out top dollar, and it can be really, really, really lucrative for you if you decide to, what you want to put into it. All right. So don't be afraid of MLM. It does have a stigmatism, but we're able to tell you guys that not with Sizzle. It just doesn't happen with us because the products are work. They're tried and tested. They're far superior to anything else that's out there. Our compensation plan is second to none, and it's 24. It's not even. It's free. Put in an order of let's say $100, and whatever it is, and we're gonna pay. We're gonna pay, and you'll be in our organization. You'll be working with Dani K and myself because we're gonna start doing our weekly call again. Okay, we're gonna figure out when we get enough people. If you have enough people, we're going to put together a nice organization. We're going to build a nice downline for you guys where you'll make some money. And for my people listening to this that fell asleep at the wheel, you need to wake your ass up and you need to get back on the product and back to where you were when we started this thing a couple of months ago, because it's not going away, folks. There's always going to be ailments. There's always going to be sickness. There's always going to be lack of energy. There's going to always be depression. There's always going to be. We got to change that.
Yep. We got the best collagen. Collagen is huge. We got collagen, even if that's all you do is buy collagen. The cool thing about Sizzle, and that's why I got in it, and I hate to harp on it like this, but
look at you. Look at what you look like right now.
The cool thing that I like is with a lot of companies like this, you have to buy products A, B, C, D, and E for everything to work and for you to work the program.
That's right.
With us, if you like collagen and that's all you like, you can buy collagen and that's it. That's all you have to buy. If you like Sizzle Rip, that's all you have to buy, Sizzle Rip. I mean, I started off and I just started buying Sizzle Ripped and that was it. And then I was like, let me try that because I saw how great the Sizzle Ripped worked for me, the post-workout. And I was like, okay, let me try that. Oh, let me try that. Now you see my display. Those who follow me, like I've got my whole display up there, drinking my coffee, all that stuff. I mean, we got coffee, we got tea, we got thermogenetics, we got post, pre, we got makeup, we got
vitamins, daily
we've got hair products, we've got dish cleaning stuff, we've got laundry detergent, we got everything, right? And it's all chemical free, paraben free, all organic. But the cool thing is, if you just want one product, that's it. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do like 5 products in order to stay with us. You know what I mean? Right. Like a lot of companies, you have to get, like the this, the that, the A, the B, C, and all of that. But if you just like one product, buy one product, then you're done.
Learn one, do one product, learn one product, and make the money off of one product. And that, and then they all complement each other. So that can trickle down to, wow, I got the collagen. Now let me add the wrinkle cream. Now let me add, I'm lacking in it. We got it for you guys. The bottom line, it's not a sales pitch right now. It's a fact. This is something I'm telling you. We're going to pay for you to become a distributor. All right. If you're serious about it. Get out of your comfort zone, be who you are. And as I like to always say, one Koga love. I said enough. I am out. Let me give you a double piece today because that one went so well. I'm not throwing up gang size KWs. I'm not throwing up gang signs. So guys, thank you so much. Please smash that subscribe button. Make sure you guys get to the social media, what do you call it, platforms, the podcast platforms, excuse me. Apple, Samsung, wherever the hell you go, Google Play, hit the smash subscribe button and check out all of our other subscriptions. We're actually going to be coming in a couple of weeks to season number 7, which we changed with the seasons. All right. Not for no other reasons. And I can't thank you guys enough. I want one last shout out to Justice. Happy birthday, baby girl. All right. Dani, close us out, baby.
Smash the subscribe button. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, wherever you get it. Please do it. And we got our YouTube, KFIT Talk on YouTube. Like, smash the subscribe button and make sure that you click the bell because the bell will notify you every time we upload an episode. Yep. So until next time, happy birthday, Justice, and stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated, y'all. Come on.
Go, Justice. Go, Justice. Justice's birthday. Pretty girl. Go ahead, Justice. Little baby girl. There she is. Come on. Where are my pet lovers out there? Hit the like button, for heaven's sake. Where are my pet lovers out there? Hit the like button. Everybody make a little comment. Happy birthday to Justice. I want to see 1,000 happy birthdays to Justice. We love Stevie. We love Stevie.
Yeah, baby.
All right, guys, listen, I got things to do, people to talk, places to see.
Woo!
Got to go. Can't stay here.